Hi YouTube, it's your girl Nika once again coming with you with a video about my medical supervised diet that I had told y'all about in the previous video that I was waiting for my doctors to give me. I had to wait 2 weeks to go back and see her. So on that visit, I went to see her and she asked me exactly what I was looking for, and I told her I needed my 3-month medical supervised diet faxed over to my weight loss surgeon, and she was like, you know what I said about having gastric sleeve? I don't approve of those weight loss surgeries because they end in infections and they end up you worse than you were before you had the surgery. Originally, like I said in the video, I wasn't going to listen to anything that she had to say because at the end of the day, I had to live my life and she had to live hers. So I smiled and I said, that's really something that I'm looking into and I just need you to do that for me. So she went on to saying, okay, I'm going to do it, but I have to tell you this before I do it. I proceeded to listen to exactly what she had to say because the professional side of me knew that I could do it and I owed her that much. So, she said that she had a patient, excuse me, I'm having some kind of cough today. But, she said she had a patient that came from Tijuana, Mexico, and had got the gastric sleeve done. For one, I'm not having my surgery overseas. And for two, what if somebody else's surgery experience has to do with mine? Because everybody is different. So she proceeded by saying that the woman had her sleeve done over there in Mexico and had to have a blood transfusion because she bled to death. Well, she was bleeding to death, not she bled to death. And she proceeded by saying that they gave her a couple of pints of blood and she couldn't afford any more, so they discharged her from the hospital. Okay. Then she followed by saying that she got the woman and proceeded to get on the plane and come back to the United States and come back to where she originally stayed at and had to go to the hospital there. That's where she met the woman in the emergency room. My doctor also works at a little clinic and she also works at the emergency room as a doctor too. So so she said that she met the woman there and they had to get her some blood, and the woman told her that she went to Tijuana and got the gastric sleeve, and they basically just kicked her out because she didn't have any more money to pay for blood. Okay, I understand that, and my condolences is really with her, and I really do feel sorry for her, but you know, everybody's experience is different. You know, who's to know if I'm going to bleed or need any blood or even need a blood transfusion, and let alone that my insurance is not going to pay for it. Okay. So, I want to let her have her little story or whatever. So, excuse me once again. As she finished the story or whatever, and I'm still looking at her like, okay. She proceeded to ask me what exactly did I need for my report. And I have been telling this lady this for like 3 months straight. Every month that I have seen her, I have told her the same exact thing of exactly what I needed. And it consists of needing my weight, my height, my blood pressure, and my BMI, and the suggestion of the weight loss that she has suggested me in that month. So she concedes to start looking at me like she didn't know exactly what I was talking about. So she was like, well, if I just print out your chart and you fax it to her, would that work? And I'm like, is it going to have all the information that I'm asking you? And she's like, yeah, I'm just going to put it in a little note that says in October, November, and December that you were the same weight, and we talked about you doing a 10-minute walk in October, and we talked about you leaving McDonald's alone in November, and December we talked about you incorporating more vegetables into your diet. Okay, so I'm like, okay, she's starting to get to what I'm saying, so I'm like, still kind of like on the iffy, like, is this gonna work? So I asked her, could she fax it over? She said, how about I give it to you and you just take it over there, or you fax it over? Okay, my appointment that day was at 4:30, so I knew once I got out this once I got out the appointment that my surgeon office was gonna be closed. So I was just like, I'm gonna have to fax this over. The next day was like Christmas Eve, so I was like, it's not no use to me even faxing it over. So I waited a little bit after New Year's to go on and fax it over, because I knew people were probably gonna get, off early, or off for New Year's. So I just waited till after New Year's. So my doctor, my doctor's secretary from excuse me, from the weight loss surgeon called, and she was like, I got your report from the psychiatrist and it was good, and I got your report from your doctor, but it's only good for December. I need a report for October, and I need a report for November. And I said, okay. And she told me to just tell them just fax the chart like they did for November. Get it together. How they fax December is to do it the same exact way, just for November and October. So I proceeded to call my doctor's office and try to explain it to her secretary, and nobody acts like they didn't know what I was talking about. So, excuse me getting frustrated once again, because I'm trying to get this over with, so this can be submitted to my insurance company, and me get approved and get a surgery date. So I'm like trying to hold my composure. At the same time, I'm just a little bit tad bit frustrated, because I feel like I've been going through this too long, and she should know exactly what she needs to do, and neither here or there. I try to explain to the secretary, and she is like not knowing nothing what I'm saying. She go back there and she talks to the doctor. Excuse me. She goes back there and she talks to the doctor. She's completely clueless too. So she said, well, how about you just have your surgeon to fax us over exactly what they needed, and we'll just fax it back over. Okay, so I proceeded to call my weight loss surgeon secretary. She's not answering, of course, so I had to leave a voicemail. So the next day passed by. I see she hadn't called. And so I decided to call her, and I asked her if she got my voice message, and she said yes. I sent it over, but they haven't seen anything back yet. So I was already kind of in a percentage of where my doctor's office was. So I asked my husband to take me over there and let's see what's going on. So my husband went in and talked to the secretary, and she was like, okay, we're gonna send it right now. We're gonna do exactly what they need us to do, and we're gonna send it off. Okay, for one, be on time, and if they faxed you this a day ahead of time, y'all should have been on it the day that they sent it to y'all. I understand that I'm not the only patient that they have, and they have other stuff to do, but she has quite a bit of secretaries, so one of the secretaries could have took it out their time to fax that over real quick, or in between time when you don't have nothing to do. So they told us they were sending that in. So I'm just waiting for a phone call from my weight loss surgeon to say that she received everything she needed and she submitted it, and hopefully getting a phone call saying that it was approved and my surgery date. I'm just ready to get this over with. I'm ready to start this weight loss journey, and I'm ready to just get this surgery over with and move forward and just start my weight loss and get to living a better lifestyle and getting it together, and hopefully reversing some of my conditions that I have. So I just wanted to come on there and tell y'all that I did see the psychiatrist. I'm probably going to make a more detailed video on that, or I can combine it with this one. I did meet with the psychiatrist. It went well. Basically all he was doing was asking me like my history on mental health, if I had ever been to like a mental health place or even took medicine for depression or anything. And I told him no, and I had to fill out a whole bunch of questionnaires. And he asked me about my family and how I interact with my family, and every time I answer something, he basically like write it down or whatever. It was just like really some easy stuff. It's not nothing hard. You can get through it. It's just basically concentrating and talking to, someone's like, and letting them know about your family, letting them know about yourself. So that went well. And I finally got that 3-month medical supervised weight loss faxed over to my weight loss surgeon. So right now, I'm waiting for it to get submitted to my insurance company and get approval and get a weight loss get a surgery date. So as soon as I find out that, I'm going to make a video on me getting approved and me getting my surgery date, and hopefully we can get this weight loss surgery journey on the road. So again, thank you for subscribing, and hello to my new subscribers. And I'm going to try to keep the videos consistent. Once again, when I have a little free time, I'm going to try to get it together. But my next video should be on that. And don't forget to subscribe, rate, and comment. And I guess I see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.